Hey guys, Seth from Schmick Squadron coming at you with a video about the actual Sacred Beast support that got released. And of course it comes a little after my video, but that's good timing. So, it's been a couple days since that support, and I thought I'd go ahead and give my thoughts on it particularly. So I've seen definitely, I had to give myself a couple of days to see what I thought about it. There's definitely mixed reviews about it. Some people say it's really good. Some people say it's not so great. So I'll go over them one by one and I'll share my thoughts. So we have the Retrain Reveal, which is basically the God Fist or the Shimmering Fist, Heaven Crushing Fist, whatever the hell you want to call it. So better because it can't be normal or set, but it can be special summoned by tributing 3 monsters. That's way better than the original because now we aren't stuck with fiends. The only thing is, its effect works on the regular reveal by discarding it, doubling reveal's attack to 8,000, and then letting him swing once at everything. The problem with that is that you can't search it because it doesn't act as the regular reveal. But I believe because it specifies reveal Lord of Phantasms, I think the Dark Beckoning Beast can search it because it lists it in the name. But we'll just have to see. It could be an interesting tech for an OTK or something like that. And then if you tribute one card or one monster, you can add it back to your hand from graveyard. So I think this is fine. I think this is cool. Like I said, I think because it specifically lists one of the names being Reveal Lord of Phantasm in the card effect, something like Fallen Paradise, you can search it with the Dark Summoning Beast, but you already need Reveal on the field. And the only way you're doing that, more than likely, is using Dark Summoning Beast, but you can't attack with Reveal that turn if you use Dark Summoning Beast. So, kind of give or take, I guess it's kind of like an honest. It's kind of cool. You could probably run it as a one-of, or something like that. Search it, slam it down, attack everything, and probably OTK from there. Cool, but that's kind of what Armor Tile's for, or what I would think it's for. But I guess as long as we have the singular reveal on board, it's not bad. It's kind of cool. And then we go to the second card, which is the best support out of these 4 new cards that we've seen by far, the Dark Beckoning Beast. When it is normal summoned, you can add 1 Uriah, Haman, or Reveal. You can add 1 Uriah, 1 Haman, and 1 Reveal. I believe you can only add 1 of those. But in the effect, it says you can add 1 Uriah, 1 Haman, and 1 Reveal, or 1 card that specifically lists any of those names. So I doubt this card would be so strong as to say normal summon, add all 3. But I would think it would specify you could add. It does specify. It does say you can add 1, 1, 1. Not you can add all. So yeah, never mind. Or 1 card that specifically names them from your deck. This means the new reveal, you can search him because reveals in the name. The new spell card, the Cerulean Skyfire, Hyper Blaze, Dark Summoning Beast, Fallen Paradise, or any of the Sacred Beasts, which is really good. And then in addition, in your main phase, you can normal summon 1 Fiend monster with 0/0 in addition to your already normal summon. And a lot of people, I guess, didn't realize this, but Dark Summoning Beast is a 0/0 Fiend monster that you'll be able to tribute this thing, use Dark Summoning Beast, tribute it for 1 of your Sacred Beasts, and then add another Sacred Beast on top of it because you banish it. So pretty good there, but that's about it. I mean, yeah, it adds Fallen Paradise, so now with Terraforming and Fallen Paradise, we essentially have 7 copies of it, just about. Or if you run Metaverse, then you have 8. This card's fucking phenomenal. Just like the fusion card that they gave us, because it brings the deck together, compacting it, unlike the other 2 cards that don't really do that. And I'll go into that a little more. Let's get through these 4 at least. So, Cerulean Skyfire, to special summon Haman, you can now, in addition, use face down spells now, and not just face up continuous spells, thus being able to summon Haman a lot easier. Why they didn't just maybe possibly errata the Haman and Uriah, because the same effect is on the trap card. I don't know why they wouldn't have just errated them and put that in there so you could do it anyways without those cards in there, but whatever. Once per turn, when an opponent's activated spell or trap card or effect resolves while you control an attack position Haman, you can negate that effect, then change one Haman, Lord of Striking Thunder, to defense. Okay, not bad. The only problem is, we're probably using this card to get Haman on the board. Plus, this doesn't help compact any of the Sacred Beasts. Again, I'll get into that later. But, it is good. And then, oh boy, if one of my Sacred Beasts leaves the field, I don't take damage for the rest of the turn. Great. I guess I'm not dying that turn. Okay? Even if I don't die, if my opponent broke my board, then more than likely, I'm probably not coming back anyways. So, that's just my take. And then Hyperblaze. To special summon Uriah. Again, same thing with Haman, the traps, blah, blah, blah. And then the second effect, when an attack is declared involving your Uriah, you can send one trap card from your hand or deck to the graveyard. Its attack defense becomes 1,000 times the number of traps on the field and in the graveyards for the rest of your turn. So, Uriah can get fucking massive. Problem is, again, you're probably using this card to get Uriah on board in addition to the other 2. It's not likely that you, unless you got Dark Sun, and it's the same thing with the spell card, unless you started with Dark Beckoning Beast, which we have to start with because there's no way to search him, he's going to be an obvious 3 of, but besides him, searching Dark Summoning Beast, there's no way we're getting Haman or Uriah out with these cards on board, if you want to get them out normally. But, say we have Dark Beckoning Beast, you already maybe have the Haman, or you already have like the Fallen Paradise or something like that. You can go Dark Beckoning Beast, search the Summoning Beast, tribute for the Summoning Beast, go into Fallen Paradise, tribute the Summoning Beast, get Haman. So, oh yeah, you don't even need the Haman, just the spell card, which would possibly require you to use. You'd probably have to have like Dark Beckoning Beast, Summoning Beast already in hand, and Fallen Paradise. That way you can search the spell. But that's a lot of... You need 3 cards for that, and Dark Beckoning Beast is already going to be a 3 of course. And so is Dark Summoning Beast, more than likely. But anyways, I'm just going on a tangent. Anyways, Uriah can get really fucking huge. Uriah can get big. So, like, I don't know, say you're playing this in Paleo, you got, like, you can just go ahead, send a Paleo in there, have Uriah on board, and if you have this on board, you already have 3 traps in there, so he's going to be 3,000. You just sent another trap in there, so that makes 4,000 on top of the already 3,000 that he's got. He's going to be at 7,000, and then with this card, it's an additional 1,000, so he's at 8,000 swinging. Uriah is also pretty good because at least he does something that the others can't really, which is he can pop a set spell or trap card, which is not bad. At least he does something that progresses the board, which is why the Honest Reveal, the Crushing Fist or whatever, is pretty good because at least that makes Reveal do something instead of just summoning a token, tributing it, and then becoming like a 5,000 beater. He now becomes a 8,000 beater, which is great. And then you could probably still, I think you can still use the Reveal effect on top of that, so it could make him like 9,000 tributing the token or whatever, and then just going bang, 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 bang. But anyways. And then once per turn, you can discard one card, take one Uriah, Lord of Searing Flame, Haman, or Reveal, and either from your graveyard, either add them to your hand or special summon them. This is really good, except I've been seeing thoughts on perhaps that you actually have to summon them correctly first, then special summon them, which would be a problem. Because again, it's already so hard to summon them normally anyways. We're pretty much getting these guys out by Dark Summoning Beast. So, and then of course we're getting the reprints of Dark Summoning Beast, Fallen Paradise, Phantasmal Martyrs, which no one's going to run. Phantasm Emperor Trilog, again, no one's going to use that card. It's not that great. And the 2 tokens look pretty fucking badass, so I'm not gonna lie, those are really cool. So, what are my thoughts? Well, thankfully, if you see by the rarity of the deck, and if you look at the Wikipedia, it looks like those there's going to be 4 more cards still coming, hopefully, because parallel rares are usually used for slots for something that are coming with more cards. And I say this because if you look at traditional structure decks, they generally get 1, 2 ultras, 3 supers, and that's about it. We already know we're getting the reprints of the Sacred Beasts, and we're getting a reprint of Armitile and Phantasmal Martyrs. I believe also the Dimensional, or I don't know about Phantasmal Martyrs, I don't remember, but at least the new Dimensional Fusion card. So we don't have to worry about those. So that's in another pack. And then this is the other new support. So on theory, there should be 4 more cards that we're still going to get. My hope is that those 4 cards are good enough to bring this deck as a whole together. Because what I've been saying throughout this video is these cards don't really bring the Sacred Beast together. I would say this is a step in the right direction, and it is, of course, hard to make these guys come into one deck. But my thing here is, besides Dark Beckoning Beast and besides really the Reveal card, or the Retrain of Reveal, these cards don't blend the deck together. They still branch them out, which in theory you can then say this is good Sacred Beast support. The Uriah card is good for Uriah. The Haman card is good for Haman. The Reveal card is good for Reveal, but it's not good bringing them compacted together. Now, sure, the Haman card says I can negate spells and traps. Cool. So we can play we can kind of play a somewhat grindy game or negation game. Cool. We can play control. Good. The Uriah card. Cool. We can special summon our guys, which means we can keep bringing them back, which is great because that means our Fallen Paradise is constantly online. Problem is, our Fallen Paradise can be taken care of very easily, and these other 2 cards, I'm not sure I would really run them as a 3 of in a pure Sacred Beast build. They just become bricks. Because it doesn't really make them that much easier to get these guys out. We're still basically using Dark Summoning Beast to get these guys out. Those new 4 cards, I'm really hoping. There might be a retrain of Armitile. I'm not really sure. I'm thinking about it, just not sure. The Sacred Beast Fusion card was a step in the right direction. So, Dimension Fusion Destruction, special summon when Phantom Fusion monster from your extra deck by banishing its materials. So, you do banish them. So, we can't even use Hyper Blaze to bring these dudes back because we have to banish them. But it was a step in the right direction because it showed bringing these guys together. And it was ignoring the condition to get this guy out, right? It was to get Armitile out. You were ignoring its summoning condition to get this guy out. This meant that you were banishing from hand, field, and graveyard, which is not bad. And if you had any of the Sacred Beasts on board, your opponent couldn't respond to this. This was, as John from House of Champs already said, this was a step in the right direction. This means that you could have already had these guys well established, which means now more likely Dark Summoning Beast. But if we do Dark Summoning Beast to get these guys out, we can't even attack with Armor Tile. But again, this card allows for them not to take battle damage. So okay, not bad. And with Fallen Paradise on board, he's protected. So again, not bad entirely until they get Fallen Paradise off, and then they easily get rid of Armor Tile as well. Because they're probably not leaving those two cards on board. So, anyways, this was a step in the right direction because it meant you already had them pre-established for this card, without having to use Dark Summoning Beast, so we can still attack in the same turn. And this meant that you could get rid of them from field, graveyard, or hand, meaning you had some sort of way to get them in. And again, Dark Beckoning Beast and Dark Summoning Beast kind of meet this requirement, but the other three cards don't really bring these guys together. They're all still bricks in the hand. You needed a way to easily get these guys in hand. You needed to modernize them. There was no reason to not make Hyperblaze or Cerulean Skyfire to make them the only card that needs to be tributed. You could have put, like, this card can be tributed, and then if it's tributed for Haman or Uriah, bring it back. That way, hey, I've got Haman on board in attack position, and now I've got this card set up online, so now I can use its effect to negate a spell. Oh, hey, I've got Uriah on board. The card game back. Oh, great. Now I actually can, like, bring some of my Sacred Beasts back from grave. Why they didn't do that, I don't know. So what's my thoughts? I'm 50-50 here. On one term, it is good Sacred Beast support, but it's not good Sacred Beast support. It doesn't glue the deck together. It's still saying, go this way for each monster. That's not what I was hoping for, and I'm a little disappointed. But hopefully we can, hopefully things will be a little better with the next 4 cards that I'm assuming is coming around. So, guys, that's just my thoughts and my opinions. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And until I see you next time, peace out.